She's very unique and special. Special little Meteon. This time we all get to go for a walk. Isn't it exciting? It is held that all civil organizations should conduct their affairs with total transparency, and the Convocation is no exception. But that doesn't mean we're obliged to show our work to unknown entities such as you. Consider yourself privileged, and behave accordingly. Though I see new creations on a daily basis, here they look at them with a different eye. It'll be interesting to observe Hermes at work. What work do you do? If everyone is ready, there are a few creations I need to check on. First, we shall return to the spot where we found our wayward... Oh. Have care when you step outside a hub, for there may be more unruly creatures about. Our own little Lalaki. I wonder if Hermes has given her species a name. Yes. The Anthene Petaloda, one of the newest species of the ever-popular butterfly. Huh? You're still bothered about your robe? Don't be. The few specimens we repurposed won't be missed. We killed some butterflies. All vim and vigor now? Huh. When we were discussing his domination, he was melancholy incarnate. Reminds me of a certain someone. So beautiful, Petaloda. I hope they can make it into the world. This here is a new species of Petaloda we recently set loose. It has been doing very well, managing to maintain a stable existence thus far. If it can see its observation period to the end without issue, we shall release it unto the world. Tell me, do you know the difference between living beings and arcane entities? Living beings and arcane entities. Living beings have a soul? It is the presence of a soul. Yet the soul isn't something you can choose to have at will. No, it manifests only in those beings whose forms adhere to the laws of creation, that can endure on their own. Beings that do not fulfill this requirement, such as those spontaneously born of magic or natural phenomena, do not have souls. There's something in here, especially when it comes to the blasphemy and what's happening in the final days. Spontaneously born of magic or natural phenomenon do not have souls. Even though they're creation magic, isn't that spontaneously creating something? No matter how much it might resemble flora or fauna, if it lacks a soul, then it is considered an arcane entity. I guess that would be like if you were a summoner, you summon something, it doesn't necessarily have a soul. It's just an entity, a creation that you summon as a summoner for a short period of time. So you see, it is not for mankind to decide what is living. That domain lies beyond our manipulation, and it is hubris to assume otherwise. But come, let us head to the nearby beacon. I've received a report that arcane entities have gathered there. We're meant to be observing Hermes, but instead we're stuck with Meteon. Well, I suppose she herself serves as proof of his prowess as a researcher and creator both. A fascinating creation. Much like yourself, little one. Renowned as Hermes is for his flying life forms, 'tis a rare privilege to be able to see one of his works in progress. Oh, he's got these lightning elemental things? Interesting. You're interesting too. Tell me, how did you find the ambrostoma? They're discussing that while he's over here observing these little lightning ether things. Yes, the lightning pneuma. Just as the report said. So these are arcane entities, no soul to them. Although we call this structure a beacon due to its form, it is in fact a magical device. By manipulating the balance of the elements, it keeps the isle airborne and maintains the climate therein. In the course of its operation, it often sees an internal shift towards a given element. Right now, the element is lightning, which draws the pneuma here to replenish their ether. It appears Meteon is busy. Would you care to assist me in her stead and feed the pneuma? Oh. Feed it ether? By using this lightning Converger, you can harness ambient lightning and focus it into a ball. A veritable feast for our dazzling friends. Go on, give it a try. Zap, zap. Here, we'll come over here and try this one first. Zippy, zip, zap. Is it a key item? Yeah, lightning converger. Converger. Using this concept crystal, anyone can harness lightning regardless of a spellcasting skill. Now we can switch over to Black Mage and drop some serious lightning. Oh. Do we want to target the destination or do we want to target them? I think we target them, right? Target missed? Oh, okay. I guess we target ourselves? Using lightning conversion to create... Oh, because we're creating balls of lightning that they then go and feed on. Okay. So we can stand over here. I was like, I don't want to lightning myself, but I will if I have to. There we go. Zip zap. Use the lightning converter to create the ball of lightning. What do you think about those? Sorry, I failed the first one. I wasted one. Perfectly done, Jake. Well, I don't know about that. Look. Nom 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 nom. See how they gather to feed? How they express themselves through their actions despite their lack of words. Speech is not the sole defining characteristic of a thinking, feeling creature, nor is silence an indication they do not possess these qualities. Be it a soulless arcane entity such as the Pneuma, or an ephemeral life form such as the Pedalauda, all seek to perpetuate their existence, to survive. Oh, a living being or an arcane entity? A little bit of both, I would say. But I'm going to ask about a living being. Does Medion have a soul? He's probably going to say not yet. A good question. I can answer it from a theoretical standpoint, but it ultimately falls on the Bureau of the Architect to pass judgment. She's so cute! With the exceptional vision, such as Hythlodeus may be able to ascertain... Oh, those with exceptional vision, such as Hythlodeus, may be able to ascertain her true nature. But to me, it doesn't matter. She is herself, and that is all that I need to know. Oh, you finished already? Ah, I'm sorry. I was in the way. Not to worry, my dear. They missed nothing of note. We still have plenty of work for them to observe. Next, we head east to the Morning Dew. I need to speak with some observers there. Do we have a soul? Or are we just an arcane entity, Alright, now that they're gone, this is for all the times that you've caused me trouble. I'm kidding. You can live this time. This time. Meteon? It's adorable, but beware it sneezes. Hermes once went flying. Was there a guiding theme or any method to the madness that is this random assortment of features? A large mouth, too many teeth, moss growing out its back? That's a good question. It's almost like a soft insult at the people who created those creatures in the design room. Ah, this fellow has been the talk of the Bureau. The combination of a carefree aspect and endless rows of fangs is strangely charming.
Amazing, is it not? The Ampelos, one of our newest subjects.
Looks like it can bite your arm off.
So, how are we coming along?
Oh, not gonna tell us? It likes to eat all sorts of things. Mostly people. The flowers! Elpis flowers. Who created those? Wait, we're gonna get our flower back, maybe? Except we're gonna sit on it again.
Elpis. Those flowers. Elpis.
Elpis. I know.
Entelechies. Like me.
Entelechies. I'm screenshotting that just so I save the word. Entelechies. Like telepathic. Telepathic entities.
They are a product of Elpis, and so named for their birthplace. A happy accident, born of the hands of a former researcher who loved beautiful blossoms. Unique for how they change color, to reflect the emotional state of those nearby. Though be it here or elsewhere, they are seldom seen in any hue save purest white.
We've seen it change a couple of
Reflect the
hues.
emotional state, you say? By what means do they achieve this?
And can we have one? Or two? Better to have a backup just in case. Wouldn't want to sit on it again.
There exists an energy wholly apart from ether, one driven by emotions. In like manner to how we manipulate ether, this flower is subject to the influence of said energy.
Emotional energy.
While it has no will of its own, it is sensitive to the prevailing emotion in the vicinity, and reacts by altering its color and vibrancy.
Or turning black and disappearing.
Akasha? It is one of the unseen energies defined by Harnish alchemical theory. Though a gross oversimplification, some describe it as an essence influenced by feeling.
The ancients knew about it. It's been here the whole time.
Akasha. Though I'm not familiar with the term, your description suggests it is the self-same energy. Dynamis, we call it.
Dynamis.
And those entities like the Elpis flower that have the ability to interact with this energy, converting emotions into tangible phenomena, are Entelechies.
Entelechies.
That's me. That's me. An Entelechie.
That you are, my dear. And no ordinary one at that, but the first possessed of free will.
Wait, a form of energy other than ether? Dynamis?
What
I've
nonsense.
never heard of such a thing.
Of course, you'd be like, what nonsense is this? This is preposterous. Ridiculous.
Hardly surprising. Dynamis cannot be seen, much less felt. And though its existence has long been theorized, we had no proof until the flower's serendipitous creation.
Who created it?
What's more, Dynamis is far weaker than ether. Under normal circumstances, its effects are drowned out by the latter. On account of which, beings comprised of and reliant upon the ether, like you and I, are unable to make practical use of Dynamis. 'Tis a truly esoteric thing, known to but a select few scholars.
Intriguing. Then, given the limitations you described, why create Meteon?
I do like the Meteon's ability to communicate telepathically and through emotions gives her the ability to kind of talk to anything, regardless of whether or not they have speech. So it's a really cool skill set to give someone who helps you study things and understand them. For a Mount and Do.
Our star, Aetheris, is especially rich in ether, so much so that its name is derived from it.
Aetheris.
However, when we consider all energy in existence here and in the vast space beyond, Dynamis may account for as much as 68.3%.
68.3%? All energy? That is a lot of energy. There shouldn't be an echo, but let me know if you are getting an echo. I have most things muted. It's just the mic and the audio from the game itself. But yeah, let me know if you're getting an echo or something weird, and I'll mess around with it.
The more abundant
Sorry, Ree.
form by far. Were we able to control it, we could open the door to limitless possibilities.
So is
'Tis not unlike a gently flowing stream, unable to break through the dam of ether barring its path. But if we could imbue the stream with the vigor of a raging river...
whoa, a gently flowing stream, unable to break through the dam of ether barring its path. But you're trying to break through the dam with a bunch more power. Did you start the final days?
Not that I have such grand ambitions.
Sure, sure. Oh,
Nay. I merely wish to create a being that could traverse the great expanse.
you got me so... I should have caught it with the capital E. That's so ridiculous. So ridiculous. Create a being that could traverse the great expanse. How would she travel through the great
Relative
expanse?
Scarcity of ether beyond the bounds of this star was a concern. And so, I looked to another source of energy by necessity.
Oh. So she can travel off the planet.
That being Dynamis. No wonder her ether is so thin.
Precisely.
Yours is thin too. Like an Entelechi. Like me.
But, not for the same reason. I can't attune to...
Are we the same? Entelechies.
Not exactly. I can't read your mind. Sure, I don't see why I couldn't be one. Well, I have been known to transcend my limits with nothing but determination. If I'm thin, it's because I'm sucked into a proper job. Okay, I kind of like that answer. I kind of like that answer a lot. So what you're saying, so what the game is suggesting is that way back when, in ARR, when we transcended our limits, we were pulling not from ether, but from Dionysus, from emotional ether? I think I gotta give a jab at Emmett Selk. That seems way too funny. I'm doing it. If I'm thin, it's because Emmett Selk didn't do a proper job.
Well, aren't we ungrateful? Mayhap I should revert you to the pathetic, faded thing you were.
Oh, he slapped us back. Oh, okay. Yep, I should have expected that. I should have expected that. Oh, that's too funny. That's way too funny. Pathetic, faded thing. I'm not being ungrateful. I was just pointing out.
A deficit of ether alone does not an Entelechi make. It would, however, make it easier for you to interact with Dynamis.
Dynamis. We gotta remember that. It's like dynamite, but Dynamis.
And limited though its influence may be, this quality could prove the
Oh,
difference
yeah.
between victory and defeat. You do well not to underestimate.
Absolutely, Lalaki. Could not resist the jab at Emmett Selk. It was way too perfect. Way too perfect. Ree, go have a good night, all right? Go get some rest. Try to take something for anti-allergy if you have it. When in gameplay, might we perform feats beyond normal weens? When we're most emotional because we're at the height of a battle, we're trying not to lose and everyone to die and all the people that we care about. Oh, you're not leaving. You just hit your cap. Your limit break. Ree's going in for all the puns. All the puns. Can you break through your limit?
Oh dear. I'd forgotten about the poor fella. You must excuse me a moment while I go and verify a few more things.
Come on, tell me that we get an extra flower. Tell me that we pick up an extra flower. No, we're gonna leave the flowers there? I would have stuffed my pockets with all of them. Then I could have handed them out to all the scions. Hey, check it out, Cryo. I brought you a bouquet of these things. Wait, where'd they go? What? Where did they go? Is it just these here? I guess so. They just kind of blended in with the ground. Yeah. Man, we gotta pluck one of these things, so. I did not step on them, Lalaki. That's a lie. I like your blue hair. You got one in your hair. Wait, you've been plucking the flowers yourself and sticking them in your hair. That's awesome, though. You're so pretty. You killed them again! Never before had I heard of Dynamis or Entelechies. I could only assume the Elpis flower was submitted to the Bureau before I joined. Selk appears deep in thought. Never has someone insulted me so much. Not that I or anyone else would be able to make use of it, even if we knew. But it irks me to discover there's an entirely different form of energy that no one told me. That personal annoyance aside, Hermes' knowledge is undeniably impressive. Given that there are none among the 14 who specialize in the Celestial, he would be a welcome addition. Assuming he could be persuaded to join, I still can understand his hesitation. Why did you join the convocation, and what do you specialize in, Selk? Why did you join the convocation? Though we could probably make some pretty good guesses thanks to Shadowbringers. Oh ho, you wish to know why Selk was chosen for the convocation? I shall be glad to share the tale. It began when... Not another word. Lest you've forgotten, we're here to learn about Hermes, not me. Oh, he did a little kick. My misspent youth is not your concern. I bet we get the same answer for what he specializes in. I would say he specializes in sass, and he joined the convocation because they needed a realist who would tell others that their ideas are stupid. When it comes to creation, you could create a little bit of everything, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you should create everything, so. I'll tell you the tale, we're on our way from sensitive ears. What now? Oh, well, I want to learn about the convocation. Tell me about what you know about it. If you would accompany us, I suppose you should at least know that much. The Convocation of 14 is a governing body that determines myriad policies. Our goal is to ensure that all is right in creation, that our star may know a brighter future. As its name suggests, the council is comprised of 14 offices, each of which is held by an individual chosen for their surpassing abilities. Depending on the office, one is required to either be an authority in a certain field, or possess skills that would facilitate the performance of their stipulated duties. The former category includes Metron, specialist in aquatic life, Logfer, specialist in terrestrial life and husbandry, Halmarot, specialist in fungal and plant life, Emeroloth, specialist in medicine and healing, and Lahabrea, specialist in creation magics, who has brought forth phantom beings of highest complexity. Lahabrea. As for the latter category, there is Altima, advocate of the arts, Igneorum, champion of enlightenment and rhetoric, Pashtarat, preserver of discipline and order, Selk, keeper of the ethereal realm, or underworld in the vernacular. Keeper of the ethereal realm? That's quite the title. The ethereal realm. And Fandaniel, pursuer of extant phenomena. And Azem, traveler of the world and counselor to the people. What? Should I be revealing such details to you? Don't be silly. Even children know this much, and you would do well to remember it all. Even children know this much. Why don't you weird being? It is interesting that I guess when we were in Amarat, they didn't refer to us as a familiar at all. They were just like child, because it was kind of created by Selk, and so they just kind of defaulted to, well, you must belong as one of the ancients. My apologies for the wait. I have inspected the Ampelos to my satisfaction. All is well with the creature, and I dare say it won't be long ere it is released unto the world. Another creation, however, reportedly isn't faring so well. The Charybdis. That is what we shall tend to next. If you would follow me, my friends, we shall return to the main aisle and head north.